Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. It is 10 minutes after 2 in the morning. I just couldn't go to bed without doing this video. I want to share with you some of the findings in the presentation that was given by Mr. Kitao today, the CEO of SBI. And I also want to cover some FUD that is already happening within 6 hours of this announcement. And I can't believe it's even coming from our very own XRP community members. So I will do my very best to try to shed some clarity on that. I'm on the Cointelegraph Japan website on their front page, and there are no less than 4 stories about either Mr. Kitao, SBI, or MoneyTap, and also, 1, 2, 3, 4, and also SBI and Libra. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So first, let's get right into it. There is a link to the actual presentation. I don't think most of you will be interested in this, but I will put a link in the description below because it is in Japanese. However, they already got the translated version to the presentation in English uploaded, and I'll put a link to that as well. So, basically, the initiatives that are going to take place are going to further increase the profitability within the cryptocurrency business that Mr. Kitao has built. This is an ecosystem that he set out to build like, gosh, what, more than 4 years ago. And it is now really coming to fruition. The interesting part for me was that the mining business has nearly garnered $8 million in profit since they started mining, which has contributed greatly to this particular ecosystem, as Mr. Kitao talks about it. On April 27th, he did make the statement that he wants to achieve a 30% of all hash rate for Bitcoin. That is really interesting because I think he has a desire to make that mining balance among countries very healthy. And also there is an audio. It is an hour and 36 minutes long. I'll put a link to that. They were really very fast this time. Usually it takes 2 or 3 days to get this audio, but I'll put a link to that in the description below too. Now, the SBIVC trade site has actually been put under the umbrella of SBI Securities. And you can see here it was under the SBI Holdings company, but they have moved it over. It'll now be under that securities umbrella along with the FX trade and the other subsidiaries which are coming, mainly because they want to be able to really play off the synergy for financial instruments, particularly the swap trading for the institutional investors that is coming. So this is something new that I think was worthy of talking about in this video. And also, there is an XRP campaign in the works. This is part of a promotional campaign that will give away XRP. They have 2 different planned giveaways. One is if you open up a new account, and the other is if you hit some sort of threshold on transaction volume. So this is something that we can look forward to. You can see here the T-Point card is absolutely going to be one of those incentives for the SBIVC trade. This is big. I'm telling you, this is big. So the FATF needs to come to Japan and visit. They make visits to countries that cooperate every few years. The last time they were here, Japan did not do very well in their grades. They give out grades or kind of a score system, and Japan is really working hard to improve that over their previous visit. And I think Mr. Kitao wants to wait until the FATF gives their green light with all of their new criteria. And then once he does that, he's going to really ramp the promotions up. This is what was said. So no, this has nothing to do with you have to wait until fall to open up an account. No, this is a lost in translation. I have seen some people tweeting that you can't open a new account until fall. No, that has nothing to do with it at all. And then in addition to that, there is some further information about MoneyTap. MoneyTap is really, as I have said before, is really one of the projects that Mr. Kitao loves and he's really passionate about. You can hear it in his voice. You can see it in terms of how long he talks about it in this presentation, where it fits into the presentation. And at that 1 minute, 9-second mark is when he first talks about it. I think that's the earliest I've ever heard him mention MoneyTap in any of the presentations. And he goes on to mention it in great detail later in the presentation as well. So this is interesting because there are 25 banks that have made investments. 8 of them are API connected, and 33 of the banks actually can utilize the MoneyTap app, or they are integrated into it. So this is expected to rise, and it also is expected that a major bank is going to invest. So that's all he said. It doesn't give any clues as to who that major bank will be, but he is very passionate about going international with this. He wants to do international remittances. He talks about using XRP at the 1 hour 12 second mark. And also, he kind of says, what's going on with those other coins like J-Coin, etc. He says they have had no developments, but here we are with these 25 banks who have given us investments, 33 of which are going to utilize the application. And MoneyTap is in a full mode, full on, full-fledged push. And let me show you the wording he used. He used this word, honkaku teki. So it is full scale, full blown, all out, full-fledged. This is the mode that MoneyTap is in right now. And I was reading articles in Japanese, and it said, according to CoinPost, it said that Ripple has joined. And when it says joined, it is in the past tense, as in it is done. So they use the word kuwa wata, wata meaning past tense. They have joined. So the American Ripple company also has joined. So I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. And so I tweeted out, Ripple has joined MoneyTap, and it is in Honkaku Teki, a full-scale, full-blown, all-out mode. More to follow in the video. Well, this is the video. And of course, XRP Research Center, which is at XRP Center, he's great. And he always keeps me in check because I sometimes get a little excited. And he brought to my attention that in the English presentation, it actually has a little bit of different wording. And I said, yeah, well, okay. But I was going by CoinPost that was already reporting it as being done. And it's possible, however, they made an assumption. And he said, well, that wouldn't be the first time that CoinPost was wrong. And I totally agree. And then in looking at the Japanese slide, it too has different wording. So it uses this wording, America Ripple Sha Kara no Shushi Ukeiru, and or Ukeire, which means mo shia ni ireru. Okay, which means that the American company Ripple, there has been an investment in sight. I think, basically. I think what I wrote here is, let me just see if I can just show. Oh, here it is, that there is an investment in view. So receiving investment from Ripple US is in view. So it's a little fuzzy, I guess, in view or that it's done. I think what it really means, and I was talking to Alex too, is that it's probably in the middle of the process or in the works. So many details, of course, no doubt, have to be worked out. And it very much implies, though, in that wording that it's happening. And so, I wrote here, it ain't official until it's official. And XRP Center, as always, keeps me straight. So I still think it's happening. I still think it's in the works. I just think that the wording sometimes, the vocabulary in Japanese language is very vague. It's not a very direct language. So anybody who knows the language well sometimes will tell you that it's not black and white. So from my point of view, though, I do believe that it is something that is going to happen. All right. And then someone else wrote, and here goes some of the dispelling of FUD. So it says from this particular Twitter user. So I've heard new account openings are closed until September, and currently there are only pre-registered about 20,000 users who can start trading on SBIVC the 31st of July. I don't see how this will bring any impact, to be fair. Okay, so I had said that there's a new account campaign, marketing promotion that has XRP giveaway that is being considered for the fall. But, please show me this tweet. I'd love to see the source, because people just start running away with FUD. And so it was in the XRP chat discussion, and it was citing this particular article. So I opened up the article, and oh my gosh, it's from June 4th, 2018. So people aren't even looking at the date. This is when the SBIVC first launched. And yeah, it launched with those 20,000 users, which were pre-registered. And this is just old news. It has nothing to do. Yes, this is today's news, but this June 4th, 2018, this article is very old. And so I just am so sad to see that people within the XRP community are so quick to be negative. It's just not a good thing. And so then I went to the chat and I just was reading through it, and somebody put here SBI live on July 31st, but account September and volume in 2020. Okay, so I was thinking, and then he cites this article here, and I thought to myself, what in the world is this now? Because, people just jump in, and then you get these comments here that say SBI, the eternal letdown. It makes me sad to see this, because this is another example of just some misunderstanding. Let me explain. So this article goes to this particular Cointelegraph, and I will explain it. And this is where people get mixed up. Remember, the fiscal year in Japan ends in March. So we are already in fiscal 2020. This right now is fiscal year 2020. It ends March 2020. That is the last quarter of this fiscal year. So when they talk about the dates here, it was the 30th, the day of the 30th in March of the first quarter. Here's first quarter of 2020. So this was in the March announcement, 2019, because we are in March 2019. that was the beginning of the new quarter for 2020. It was announced that between April, May, and June, that SBIVC would be moved over to the umbrella of SBI Securities. So that's what that means. It has nothing to do with, it just has nothing to do with this XRP chat. Where did I go? XRP chat that it's going to go live on the 31st. Yes, the trading board is, but account September and volume in 2020. Now, they're just not understanding the dates and how fiscal year in Japan operates. So, yeah, I just know that there's going to be a lot of confusion. And once the FUD starts, and once those stories start, they just take on a life of their own, and they're so hard to stop and so hard to dispel. Even though I try often to do it, it's it's frustrating for me, as you can see, but I will remain positive and keep doing my best to try to make sure that everybody understands this correctly. Okay, where am I going now? I am going to the Libra story. So SBI is in talks with Facebook regarding the virtual currency Libra. I just don't know what else to tell you because there's not a lot more I can tell you. The article is just very short, and we don't have a lot of information, but talking and acting on it are two different things. I think any smart company who is in this space would absolutely want to talk to Facebook for intelligence gathering at the very least, but it'll be very interesting if SBI joins that association. Wow. So there are no banks in that association now, right? No banks. So if he is to join, he will be the first bank, maybe the only bank, or one of the few banks. Wow. I don't know. Okay. I'm not going to hold you up while I sit there and talk about what's going through my head. It's late, guys. I know. I got to go to bed. It's 2:30 in the morning now. But I will always give you a little bit of fluff. And the fluff today is I'm going to give away some Kit Kats. Look at this beautiful Kit Kat store in Ginza. There are many, many Kit Kat stores. I think if you come to Tokyo and you want to visit one, the Tokyo Station in the basement is probably the one I would recommend. There are 350 flavors in Japan. They're not all available all the time because some of them are premium, like this one here. This is the premium Tokyo Banana Kit Kat, which I've never been able to find. I would love to find this one, but I have not yet found it. Okay, so I'm going to give away, let's put this in order. And you know why I'm giving it away? I forgot to tell you that. I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating because the channel went over 20,000 subscribers. And so I want to say thank you very much. And I'm going to say thank you in sending out some Kit Kats, but you need to jump through a hoop. So I'm going to give away this matcha flavor, which is the green tea. And then I have a yummy lemon. This one's good. I can tell you that one for sure. And I have a cookies and cream. Okay, so to the first 3 people in the comment section, it has to be in the comment section of this video. And then if you are one of the first 3, I will notify you and tell you to give me your shipping address on the backside through a direct mail of Twitter. If that's if you want to participate, that's how I do it. And then I will ship it to you for free. There's no cost here. It's just my thanks to everybody who has subscribed. So the question is, what is the name of just one of my 4 cats? That's it. It'd be interesting to see how much you have listened to the videos, because I have mentioned all of their names, but you just have to mention one, just one name to one of the 4 cats. So the first 3 correct answers will receive a bag of Kit Kats from Japan with the special flavors. All right, everybody, I really have to go to bed. And it's a celebration day, as I told you on Saturday. I feel like this is a big step. Now, in all seriousness, don't expect some crazy price action. I need to say that. Okay, this is a step-by-step building process, and it will take some time. But the fact that it's under the SBI Securities umbrella, and that is the #1 securities trading site in Japan, Mr. Kitao knows how to do it. He really does. I know it's not happening as fast as everybody wanted it or wants it to happen. I understand that. But be careful when you are jumping on the bandwagon of FUD, because that also can create some bad energy. I don't like it. All right, everybody. Yeah, I'm very happy about my 20-some thousand subscribers, though. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.